Afternoon. It's October 27th, and what you're seeing is my oldest David Bradley. It's a 251 model, and it has the spring clutch to it, not the ball lock, but a spring lock clutch. From looking overhead, you can't really tell much difference from a regular one, but the spring is housed in that cup right there next to the transaxle, and it's pushing the clutch against the pulley here. And when you engage the clutch arm, it pulls the plate back far enough that this pulley, which runs free all the time, there's enough gap there that it relaxes, and so this plate is not tight against that running pulley. But oh, and the other thing is, when I got this one, the clutch rod and the spring, when I was trying to take it loose by unscrewing it from the lever there, the spring and the end of the rod broke. But what I did is I went to Tractor Supply and I got this spring, and I put a nut, a washer big enough to get hung between two of the curves of the spring, and then another nut to knock it in place, and then just pulled it out, unscrewed it to where it was the right setting to disengage the clutch when I wanted to stop. So that's how I got that taken care of. But what I wanted to really show you is on the other side. Now, you die-hard David Bradley guys will recognize, wait a minute, something's wrong here, something's missing, and sure enough there is. The other clutch disc and plate are missing. When I tried to put this back together, and when I bought it, it was all in a bag, it was apart. But when I tried to put everything in here, it was too tight. It was so tight with that plate on it that it wouldn't disengage. There wasn't enough room to pull the other plate loose. And I worked and worked and worked on it, and tried all different kinds of things, and then I decided, well, if I didn't have that one plate, because this plate is stationary, and the clutch disc is stationary. All the activity is on this side of the clutch as far as releasing the two clutch plates. It only really loosens the one on this side, and then it relaxes the tension on either side of the drive pulley here. But so I decided, well, what happens if I just use the one plate and the one disc? So I got a large washer and put over the shaft, drive shaft there, and then held it in place with a bolt that's going through the hole for the anchors the other plate. And sure enough, by doing that, it made enough room available for the clutch to disengage on this side and allow the tractor to stop. So then the next question is, well, when it's engaged, is there enough pull to be able to drive the David Bradley? And I went out in the yard, and it was a tug of war. I was holding the handles, and I had it in drive, and I did everything I could to stop it. You know, I was just pulling. I weigh about 230 pounds and fairly strong, But I didn't even put a bind on the motor, and it's just got the little 3.5 Predator engine on it. But I didn't even put a bind on the motor. It kept pulling. So now my next plan, you know, the plow I showed in the earlier video is now attached back there to this one, and I'm going to try it. Also, you see I've got the drive belt pulley on here to run any attachment on the front, and I've got the cutting mower, the cutting bar. That's one of my next projects, is to clean and get the one I've got in good shape, and then I'm going to put it on the front here and see between the clutch on the cutting bar and here on the tractor if there's still going to be enough tension to run everything. So I'll let you know how that goes. I do plan maybe this weekend to try plowing a section just to see if it will pull enough with just the one clutch disc and plate. I'll try to video that. I'll get my other my GoPro camera out and on a tripod and let you see how that goes. But I did want to show you this older David Bradley. Again, it has the spring lock, not the ball lock clutch, and I'm working only on one clutch plate and disc, and I do have two brand new discs. There's a guy in Texas that makes brand new clutch disc. I'm going to call him. I haven't had contact with him in a long time, but I will call him, and if he doesn't mind and he's still making the disc, I'll put his information available. So if anybody needs a brand new clutch disc that goes inside, you know, between the plates and the drive pulley, then you'll have his number. He does an excellent job. But y'all take care, and hope you have a good weekend.